Cloudy, and I'm here today to answer a hypothetical question. What if I lost all of my makeup collection? What would I repurchase right away? And I think this is a fun one to look at my collection, not just picking out my top tier favorite. They are not necessarily like my top one favorite from each category, but something so simple, something that is so up to par with my current routine, my taste of makeup right now, and I can always rely on them to do my go-to look, like signature look like this one. I'm using all of them today on my face. Most of them, not all of them technically. So I'm gonna show you guys 9 items. Like at first I thought, okay, let's set it 10, but then after thinking and thinking, I cast out one item, so like I only have 9 here, which is even better because who needs an extra one when a certain amount of product can serve you just as good? So let's see, who are they? I'm gonna show you guys based on my routine step by step, and the first one is the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Full Wear Concealer. I have the shade 306 Nude Beige. I picked this one over my NARS Creamy Matte Concealers because this is affordable. And when I think about one day I must recreate my collection, I would go for affordable options first rather than the more high-end things. I don't know. I think if I hadn't bitten the bullet to purchase the NARS one, I would never have thought I could purchase a concealer that expensive. You know what I mean? So this one is just as good. It's just so smooth. I don't have to use a ton of it because it's so full coverage. I just kind of use some like very tiny little dots and blend them out. And by the way, I don't need a foundation. I could pick my Dear Claire's Blemish Cream. That's just my favorite one, but it's not a true foundation because basically I can live okay without that one or any foundation that I am owning right now. Just this one is okay. It's so beautiful. It's so smooth. It's a little bit light on my skin tone because the shade range the brand offers in Vietnam is not so great. So this is the closest thing that I can find. The formula is so good, and yeah, it's gonna be a quick buy because it's not that expensive. I don't have to think much about this kind of purchase. The next thing is a powder. I have oily skin, so I need something to powder up my face and make it matte. And I picked this one. This is the Eclipse Glow Powder Packed. This is a setting powder, but it's fully matte. It's interesting because it's matte. It's totally matte, but then it gives you a little bit of a glow because there's some like shimmering quality in it. I don't know. It's super oil controlling. It lasts so well. I can be confident to step outside wearing this powder, and at the end of the day I experience a decent amount of oiliness. Like I will be oily, absolutely, there's no way to prevent that to happen, but this helps a lot, and it's beautiful. It's also very affordable. I cannot believe with this kind of price they can make such a good product like this. And one drawback of this one is sometimes it's a little bit white to my skin tone because it has like a pinkish quality, and someday my skin isn't that light and the undertone is a little bit off. But with the bronzer that I'm gonna mention in a second, everything is just fine. No one can deny the good old butter bronzer is one of the best bronzer out there, and I adore this formulation so much. I hit pan on it, and I think I'm gonna use it up and repurchase. If I had to repurchase this bronzer, I would go for a deeper shade. I have the bronzer, the original shade, but I want to go to something like deep bronzer or sun-kissed bronzer, something that a little bit more warm toned and darker in shade. This one requires a little bit of building up. That's the reason why I feel it takes me longer to create like a bronzy look, but it's just so beautiful. It's so smooth. We all have to smell it every time we open it. That's a fact. And you cannot mess around with this product. It's just good, solid, all the time, beautiful, soft and smooth, so easy to pick up in the pan. I think I don't make enough complaints about bronzer when I was put in the situation that there is no pickup from the pan, even though I kind of like use a brush to dig in the pan of some other bronzer in my collection. Never happens with this one. I think because the texture is so silky, but it's not so soft that it's just so easy to broken. It's just magical about the way they press this one. It's so lovely. Not that affordable, to be honest, but it's worth it. It's like in the middle, acceptable, but really, really great quality. Oh, blush is just my everything. I love my blushes so much, and if I was forced to only buy one, I must go for like a palette, a blush palette, and I picked this one. This is the Clinique Cheek Pot palette. Yeah, I don't remember exactly the names of the 3 shades here. You can tell that I prefer powder products over cream. I think for some people, because of their style of makeup, because of the aesthetic and the finish that they adore, they would go for the entire routine with cream products. But to me, it has to be like powder product. For the current circumstances, this one is so good. It looks so deep, but the berry tone in it is so flattering. Like, I feel like this kind of color looks the best on my skin tone, or my skin tone with the addition of this color would look the best. I don't know. Moreover, we have 2 other shades. They are quite light. This one shows up on my skin tone. Unfortunately, this one doesn't. But it's a great mixing shade. Like, mixing these 2 together, I have like a corally peachy shade. I can light this deeper one down using this one, so is the best of both worlds to purchase a palette like that. This one is not a drugstore or even an affordable product, but if you break it down, I believe that Clinique will release this kind of palette every holiday season, and the price for the entire 3 shades in a palette is cheaper than what you have to pay individually. By the way, you can buy them in a single pan. So if you don't want the concept of a cheek palette, if it's just too excessive to you, you can buy them just for one color. It's totally fine, but to me, I'm extra when it comes to blush, so I need more than 3. Next is brown and mascara. these are my least favorite step, and I cannot be more indifferent about them. I can skip them, but now I incorporate them more into my routine. They slowly creep in my routine as a permanent position. So I have to give them some candidates. I use this Karadium brown pencil today. It's like this. It's not like a fine tip or like a micro tip or anything. It's just a like standard ground tip, and it gets the job done. Yeah, I can do my brown under 1 minute using this one. So this is so cheap and quick, and I will repurchase it over and over again. Mascara will be the Last Princess waterproof. This one, it's so great. I have to say, it's so great. And the thing that sold me about this one is it feels comfortable on the lashes. I don't think that people mention about this quality of a mascara enough when they try it out, or like when they want to find in the market a good one. That I don't have the most curved lashes, so when I wear a heavy mascara, something that is so thick, the Better Than Sex mascara, the Too Faced, it gives me the same effect, but it's so heavy. It feels like it weighed down my lashes and make it touches my waterline. I can feel that burden on my lashes, and that would be an unforgivable one. But this one is lightweight, it's waterproof. I don't feel anything much on my lashes right now, so I think, yeah, I can take it. I can always take these two as a step that make my look more well grounded. Okay, let's save the eyeshadow palette for the last, and let's talk about some lip products. I picked two. I just have to pick like the two of these. The first one is the Maybelline, the Powder Matte lipstick in the shade Toasted Brown. I'm not sure that I can purchase this particular shade anymore, but this kind of concept, like a color like this, is like a nude, but more of a deeper nude. I think this is my most used, most worn lipstick in my collection because the formula is so comfortable, lightweight, but like matte. So if I want a matte, more of a glam vibe for my lip, I would go for this one. And once again, it's like affordable. And I think maybe Maybelline is a little bit more accessible where I live right now, so it's a plus. The next one is like a lip oil situation from Tower 28. The shade is, I'm sorry, it's so small, Fearless. It's a purple lip oil. You can tell it, yeah, it doesn't give much of a hue, right? It's not that intimidating as it is when you see through the tube. And once again, the comfort that I am given every time I wear this is appreciable. It's so amazing. It feels like you're wearing a lip balm, a little bit thicker than a traditional lip balm, but it's so glossy. It lasts, like crazily lasts. I don't know how. And once again, it's purple. Like, you can look at my look right now. I need something like purple to pair with it. Oh, it lets me to introduce you to the palette that I would pick. This is the Lilac Q A Lot palette from ColourPop. I only need a purple or a mauve or pink or berry burgundy palette. And like this one is like my topic because it's still available. I know it's available, and some other ColourPop palette that would make it to the one and only eyeshadow palette in my collection. I think of the palette called Flutterby, Making Mobs, Blush Crush. There's are a lot. Something that contains purple. The Los Angeles Lakes one could be so good. Or the larger one. I'm thinking about purchase a larger 35 pan palette from ColourPop. It's a mood and smoke and roses, or this one, or it's a pleasure. Like I think this one and It's a Pleasure, they are like older palette, but to me, I still want them because they are purple and I can do my signature, my everyday go-to purple look like this one with this palette, and it's easy to buy. Once again, when I want to restart my makeup collection, I don't want to think about like the hassle that I have to get myself into to order from multiple brands and waiting months to get it. Yeah, I need something quick to do my makeup look. And that's it. It's ColourPop. It's surprising, but it's ColourPop that make it to the list of 9. By the way, I wear this pink shade in the Clinique palette on my cheek today. I top it with the mixture of the pink one and the more mauvey one from this ColourPop palette on my cheek. Like honestly, I need this palette because it offers me some more selection of blush. That's the thought of it. It means I can have a variety of blush, because even when it comes to day that I don't want to wear eyeshadow, I still want my cheek to look good and healthy. So I have some of the purpley mauvey ones I can mix with the actual blushes in the Clinique palette to alter the undertone of them. I think it's a genius idea to mix it with like eyeshadow in this one. From the bottom of my heart, I have to admit that for a makeup starter, I don't think that they will need any eyeshadow palette that has more than 9 shades of the color story that they would wear on a day-to-day basis. That is actually the case, and I feel so ridiculous because why I have purchased like 30 palettes in my entire life. Not entire life, in the last 3 years. I'm so shameful, aren't I? Lastly, yeah, I told you there are only 9, but I want to make an honorable mention because I know there is one particular step that I would miss sincerely if I didn't have it, which is a powder shadow to wing out my liner. It's one of my signature look too, that I would go for any color on the lid, but then I would smudge out a wing liner using a powder shadow. I think that's the easiest way, and yeah, it's so versatile. Everyone can do it and I can rely on it from time to time. So maybe beside the Lilac Hue a Lot palette, I would grab another one. Any palette that contains a matte, black or dark brown eyeshadow. I can give you some examples in my collection, like this Etude House and Hersey collection. Like the dark brown in here is really good, but this is a bit discontinued. And yeah, the Urban Decay one like is a little bit extra with other shades, but the black but the dark brown and the black is really good. And this, oh my god, I would be so sad if I have to part away with this one. But yeah, I think I can, yeah, I can live without it, but it would be like one of the saddest days of my life. I have something that has like a brown and a matte black, and also this new palette from BH Cosmetics. I love this one. Like once again, it sucks that I cannot pick this one because it's so beautiful. It's everything to me, but the color story isn't as cohesive as the Lilac Chulot palette, and I don't have some certain purple shimmer for my purple look. That's it. Like the purpleness of this palette is very limited. That's the reason why this color story is one of the most beautiful that I ever observed. But I just need purple if I lost anything else. Yeah, it has like a matte black, one of the best quality black that I ever tried, and it has like deeper burgundy, deeper red, and then the blue. So the neutrals, I wish I could pick this one. I'm sorry. I love you. I'm sorry. I am done with my list of 9 products I would give if hypothetically I lost every single product of my makeup collection. It helps me to look at the way that I have been hoarding makeup for the last 3 years, that I am into it. It is not a good side, to be honest. And I'm expecting a move. Cosmic Finger, I could make it in June. So maybe I have to leave some of the products behind, asking friends or relatives if they want to start doing makeup, if they are really interested in. And yeah, just keep the thing that I can bring with me to my next home. Once again, I'm Cloudy, and hopefully we'll see each other again. Bye!